What is up, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? It looks like I'm not actually gonna get rained on. I might watch, knock on wood. I probably will now just because I said it. When I got out of work and started riding around, it looked black as shit. Now we're all, it's still black over there. Puppy dog, it's so cute. Hello, puppy dog. But this is gonna be my things I think riding a motorcycle has made me a better driver. If that makes any sense. Because I ride a motorcycle, I think it's made me a better driver because XXX. Firstly, it's paying attention a hell of a lot better to traffic. I mean, granted, so I have a 2018 WRX, which is standard, so, you know, on a normal day-to-day basis, I have to pay attention to traffic more anyways. You know, it's not just gas, brake, gas, or, yeah, gas, brake, gas, brake. It's a little fucking backwards there, boy. Brake, gas, brake, gas. You know, like, I actually have to sit there and think, okay, I'm coming into this corner, I need to shift down. Oh, there's a car braking. I need to brake. Do I need to brake and then shift, or can I keep rolling? You know, all that kind of stuff. Personally, I think riding a motorcycle has made me a better driver, purely on the fact that, like, how much you have to pay attention while riding. Like, on any given minute, like, you're sitting there, like, I'm scanning, okay, that car's turning, that car's going straight, like, anybody from the right, anybody at this next junction, oh, a car, okay, is he gonna pull out, does he see me? Nope, it's going right, doesn't matter. You know, you're constantly, like you do it in a car anyways, like you scan the road, and you should be scanning the road and looking for hazards, but because you're in a car, you are a hell of a lot safer just to begin with, because obviously you're in a car. You know, you've got a full walkthrough. You've got a full, you know, shell around you. That's something you don't get on a motorcycle. Like, if you're, you know, just a normal day-to-day basis, it is a lot more dangerous, let's put it that way, than it is to drive a car. You know, you have to worry about gravel, you have to worry about people not being smart and just pulling out or doing whatever they want. So I think riding has made me a better driver / better rider because it makes you more attentive. It makes you actually pay attention to what you're doing while in the car, or while you're on the road in general. You know, I don't think it's necessarily made me a smarter, like, or more cautious driver. It's just forced my brain into being more attentive while driving or riding or whatever. Like, I know people who are absolutely just mind in another whole place while driving because they don't ever, you know, they don't think about it. They drive an automatic car, they sit there and they just foot on the brake, foot on the gas, blah, 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 A to B, doesn't even, you know, they don't think about it. And I will say this, I'm definitely not the, ooh, dirt, forgot about that, ooh. I'm not the most calm driver in the world. Like, I wouldn't say I'm super road ragey, but like, if you're on the road and you're going 5-10 miles, 5 or 10 miles an hour under the speed limit, or you're one of these people who does this, or you're constantly on your brake, I am definitely one of those people in my car sitting there calling you a dumbass. I full on think that after, you know, whatever it is, 10-15 years of driving, you should have to be checked again. Some people you see driving who just, like, maybe it's just where I live, maybe it's just being around here, but like little corners like this that you don't ever have to do anything for. It's just a little turn of the wheel. Like, you see people braking all the time, or all the way down the hill, they'll have their foot on the brake, not actually slowing down, just, you know, burning their pads out. But two, something that actually, because I had the bike before I got the WRX, like, I already knew how to drive standard. Like, that wasn't like a new thing to me. I learned on a what was it, Ford F350. So like, going from an F350 to a car, really not that hard, especially an all-wheel drive car that basically pulls itself. But being the fact that I had a bike for 2 years, want to say 2 years before I had a car, or before I had a standard car, it made me a way better standard driver, because it's something, even though it is a different, you know, you clutch with your left hand instead of your left foot, and you shift with your left foot instead of your right hand, you know, obviously it's different, because they are the same premise? Same premise. They're the same idea, you know, like, I know at a certain RPM range I need to be in X gear or lower to be, you know, where the engine needs to be. Like, I know that. This road is covered in shit. It's so scary right now. Look at all that death. Ah! As a process thing, like, your brain realizes what you need to be doing, whether it's, you know, in a different sequence or not. Like, I know at X speed, you know, if I'm going 35, I can look down at the speedometer and be like, oh, well, I'm you know, in third gear, if I need to be going 35, I'm at 3,500 RPM. It works out perfect. So, knowing the process, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you know, like, if you drive a standard car and you drive a bike, there are obviously different transmissions and different power ranges or power bands, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, it's the same thing. Your brain gets used to, like, doing it. Okay, I'm going into this corner, I need to slow down, so I need to downshift. Like, it's the same process that your brain goes through. Like, you know, obviously driving a car, you don't need to lean, there's things you don't need to do in a car that you do on a bike, but, you know, the same thought process is used. Like, a weevil and a wobble, but I don't fall down.